I had a goal that I'd set up for myself back in 2017 to be fully self-employed by the end of 2020 slash the start of 2021. And I'm now sitting in that position that I'd set myself. And it's so surreal. It's honestly so surreal. So back in 2017, around September, I started what was my last employed job. And I told myself, this is going to be my last employed job. And come end of 2020, I will be self-employed. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. It still feels weird saying that. I think it's going to take a while before I get used to it. I can't lie. This still feels very, very surreal for me. But as I said, welcome back if you have joined before. If you are brand new to seeing this face, thank you. And if we vibe, join the tribe. And please like and subscribe. Yep, we're still doing that cheesy line. I think it's going to be carried forward. If you don't like it, it's all right. So now that we are officially in 2020, like we've gone through January, so this is officially 2021 now. We're like really in the thick of it. I just wanted to share a little reflection on 2020 with you from my perspective. It may resonate with some, it may not, but I just wanted to go through some of the things that I discovered in general and about myself throughout that tough year that we all struggled through. For me personally, I made the best out of a bad situation. It was really weird because I had a feeling like in my gut that some sort of revolution was coming in 2020, and I said this out loud maybe a couple of weeks before the end of 2019, and I said this on mine and my brother's podcast. Oh, you guys should also check that out, the 420 Chronicles podcast on all platforms. Thanks, thought I'd do a quick plug there. But yeah, I said it on there, and I was like, something massive is happening, like something on a global scale is going to happen in 2020, but I didn't know what it was going to be. And then look what happened in the world. And taking the whole pandemic coronavirus out of the situation, there was a revolution. More people were standing up and shouting out about injustices that were happening in the world, whether that be injustices against Black people. And it wasn't just Black people being vocal about it, it was everyone being vocal about it, whether it was injustices against children and just so many different things. People were showing that they are compassionate and that when we do come together, like nothing can stop us. And it made me really proud and happy to be a part of something and see so many vast changes happening, and even things like people supporting small businesses, those kind of things, especially as I am a small business owner myself. I actually took the time out to make the effort and support other smaller businesses, even though that's something I like to do anyway. But I feel like last year made me really make the conscious effort to do that even more. Even if the item cost a little bit more from the small business owner, I know that that money directly helps that person either put food on the table or a roof over their head, clothes on their back, those kind of things. Whereas with corporations, they don't need that money. So in that sense, I definitely saw a shift in energy with people, and it was a beautiful thing to see. Something else that prepared me for 2020 without even realizing it is that in December of 2019, I was invited into a WhatsApp group called the 21 Days of Abundance, where each day we would have to do a specific meditation and also a little task in regards to what was linked in the meditation. So they were Deepak Chopra meditations. They weren't very long, but some of the tasks were quite daunting. And I believe it was day 3 of that meditation that I had to start my own 21 days of abundance group. And the anxiety that it gave me was through the roof. I was like, that's it, I'm leaving the group that I'm in. I'm not doing this. There's no way in hell I'm sending this and sharing this to other people. What if they ignore me? What if they're not interested? What if they think it's spam? All of that stuff. And then there was this little voice saying, do it, share it to people. Like, you are finding this helpful. Yes, it's scary, but even if one person does it, it will be fine. And I pushed through, I persevered, I shared it with others. And one person in particular, if they do watch this video, they will know who they are. They have been my rock, or one of my rocks, throughout 2020. And he was a part of my 21 days of abundance group and really took the effort and put the effort in to carry out those tasks as well. And it just made me feel so good knowing that I shared that with someone, and the help that it was giving me, it was giving them that same help, that same guidance, that same foundation that helped us to be strong in such a crazy, crazy year. So that is something I'm very thankful for. Something else that I'm extremely grateful for during 2020 is the fact that we actually had a really good summer here in the UK. Like, everyone always knows the weather in the UK is so unpredictable. I even remember having a driving lesson once, years and years and years ago. Driving lesson was 1 hour. In that hour, I kid you not, it chucked it down with rain. There was hailstones. Then the sun came out, like shining brightly, and then there was a double rainbow, and all that happened in an hour. So yeah, that's pretty much British weather summed up. So summer, we had amazing, beautiful weather. I even got a suntan. I spent a lot of time finding new parks, spending time in nature, meditating a lot. I even got in touch with poetry again. I am now 32, and the last time I was probably semi-serious about poetry was when I was about 18, 19 was the last time I really wrote something down. And then prior to that was probably during primary and secondary school, if I'm completely honest. And just the slower pace of life allowed me to have that time to go within and get in touch with parts of myself that I'd kind of neglected, if I'm completely honest. And that is something that I want to carry into 2021 with me, and not forget those parts of myself, and not get caught up in the matrix or the rat race of 9 to 5 and working and rushing, doing the commutes, all of those things. Yes, those are things that we have to deal with in this world that we live in, but it is not the be all and end all. And something I am going to actively carry into this year is being more in touch with my creative and spiritual side, because those are things that are way more important. And I think having those in your life balances out the material as well. I had a goal that I'd set up for myself back in 2017 to be fully self-employed by the end of 2020 / the start of 2021. And I'm now sitting in that position that I'd set myself, and it's so surreal. It's honestly so surreal. So back in 2017, around September, I started what was my last employed job, and I told myself this is going to be my last employed job, and come end of 2020 I will be self-employed. I knew that was what I was going to do. And then obviously the start of 2020 happened. Everything was going fine with my business. I had things set in place, and then shit hit the fan. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Am I going to lose my business? Is this going to work? How am I going to find extra money? All of this stuff. I was panicking. And then I thought, do you know what? Let me take my time. I'm sure everything will work out. Whether this is what I'm meant to be doing or not, there's literally nothing I can do about it. So why not take the time out and do things that you can do? So that's when, as I said, I started meditating more, writing poetry, all of that stuff. And it all seemed to work out. I was still on track with the business when we had our release over the end of summer to be let back out. I was pushing with my business and everything was flowing. And that kind of was God's way, I believe, of saying, do you know what? You've got this, Taj. Your plan is still in place. So keep pushing. And here I am now. And I know that's not the same story for everyone else. And I know so many people have struggled, may have lost their jobs, lost their businesses, their livelihoods, and all of that stuff. And I'm sorry that that has happened. I really, really am. And it's awful that this has happened to so many people. But at the same time, I have to hold on to the things that I have. And I am truly grateful. And I believe the reason why that has happened is because the work that I'm doing is a part of my soul's mission. Because really and truly, the way things happen, my business shouldn't have jumped back up with so much, I wouldn't even say ease, but it shouldn't have bounced back the way it has if it was just, this is my job kind of thing. But it's more than that. It's my passion, it's my life, it's part of my soul's purpose. And then alongside that, I was also led to here in the wonderful world of YouTube. So just to sum things up, I genuinely believe all the madness that happened in 2020 kind of had to happen in regards to the shape of the world and what we are transitioning to, because a system that doesn't help or benefit us needs to be broken down so that a new system can rise up, something that is more beneficial to humanity. And I genuinely believe that's what's happening with us transitioning into the age of Aquarius or the golden age, whatever you want to call it. I definitely felt a massive energy shift, and 2020 for me was the year to lay the foundations for what is to come in this year. And what I want to do in another video is do an energy update for the collective. So for anyone that is going to be watching that video in that particular time, it will be for them, and I believe that they will be led to see that video if they need to see it in any given moment in time. But thank you again for tuning into my channel. I hope you liked this video. If there's anything you discovered about yourself in 2020 or things that you're going to be carrying into this new year, 2021, please let me know in the comments.